Well, hey there, guys, and welcome back. On this week's show, life gets in the way sometimes. Well, this show is kind of an announcement of sorts, and as well, it's almost me admitting defeat at this point in time. Um, Guys, I produce two shows here on the channel every single week, every Tuesday and every Friday. And I also hold down a 40+ hour a week full-time job, plus juggling things with my family, family life, things around the house. I'm going to tell you, it's a lot of work and it's very, very time consuming. And I pretty much have all of my spare time taken up with my hobbies or my interests or my family or what have you. And what has been happening is, as I said in the intro, sometimes life gets in the way. And lately we've had camping trips this year. Had a great time, don't get me wrong. Loved our camping trips, 3 of them this year for 5 days apiece. We ended up on the east coast of Canada in Newfoundland for 2 weeks. We had ventures with my granddaughter, going here, going there. We've been in the middle of a renovation in our upstairs bathroom, and that has been time consuming. It has just been one thing after another, after another, after another. And I always have the show pre-recorded. It always goes months in advance. I usually have at least 2 months worth of shows that are posted and ready to go, and I don't even have to think about them. They just kind of carry on, and I can continue producing the channel, and it just works. But due to all the different things of the summer and all the different projects, and as I said, life getting in the way, that 2 month cushion that I had, keyword had, is gone. And I have projects that I really do need to work on and I need to finish. So because of that, I've struggled with this for a while. I've been trying to catch up, and then something else comes and kicks me in the shins, and then I've been struggling with it. But what we're going to do is, as much as I hate to say it, I will be taking a bit of a break. And it's not a break from filming. It's not a break from producing the show. What it is it's a break from posting new content. Now, if you don't realize this, and this fact blew me away because I was planning some big extravaganza when it happened, and then life got in the way. We have on this channel, there are over 1,000 episodes of the show. Over 1,000. And I was planning this big 1,000th episode extravaganza. I had it all in line to go and film and produce, etc., etc. And then life got in the way and I got busy and I missed it. And it's gone. I can't step back and say, hey, this is our 1,000th show, because that would be a lie. We are way past that now. But what those 1,000+ shows represent is that represents 12 years of my life. That represents 12 years of me being out here in this very shop, filming, editing, woodworking, welding, ranting, raving, reviewing, whatever you want to call it. I've been out here for over 12 years producing this channel. And it hasn't always been 2 shows a week. It used to just be a Friday show, and then it morphed into a Tuesday and a Friday. That was around the time I started getting into playing with ABS plastics. I needed extra time to fill that void. I couldn't take over the woodworking with ABS plastics, so I ended up adding Alternative Tuesdays. And that was so popular and everyone liked it so much, and it gave me the opportunity to expand and do whatever I wanted and not just woodworking. It just carried on, and it has been just an amazing venture right from the get-go. But it's time for me to step back and say, I need to catch up. I need to stop rushing to try to get through this and to get caught back up again. Because once you start rushing and once you start pushing yourself to get things done, I can tell you, accidents are going to happen, and I really don't need that. You guys don't need that, because then the show is out for an undetermined amount of time. So what I'm going to do, I actually had a chat with a viewer online, and he had mentioned something, and I said, you know, I'm really behind here. I'm really pressed. And he suggested something that I thought was a great idea. And he said, why not post some older shows to give you a break? And that way you could produce the shows at your leisure. And then when you get caught back up, you could bring the new productions to the channel. And I thought, my gosh, what a fantastic idea. I love it. So I have been going through my 1,000+ episodes and picking and choosing the ones that I want to repost here on the channel on Tuesdays and Fridays. And it's not going to be an alternative Tuesday woodworking thing on Fridays. It can be anything. We're just going to do it for a while until I can get caught up. I don't know how long this is going to go on, but the older shows, I got to tell you, the production of them was rustic. It was rustic. Sometimes I had more weight. Sometimes I had less weight. Sometimes, well, not sometimes, all the time, I had more hair back then, I tell you that. There was a time when I always wore my wedding ring out here in the shop, and I had a medical alert bracelet. And at some point in time, I pulled that away. So you might see some of that and think, wow, that's strange for a Kenny show. But you know what? Those are things that you learn as you go, not to wear jewelry in the shop and that sort of thing. But either way, there are some good vintage shows out there here on A Cut Above Woodworkings. The production may not be the greatest or the highest quality, depending on the equipment I had at the time and the editing software I used, and just, I was an amateur, I was new at it. So you may get a chuckle at some of that, but pay attention to the content, because some of the content is absolutely fantastic. And while I may have changed some of my methods of some of these projects due to, say, different equipment or just different skill levels or what have you, the project itself in these vintage shows is still very viable, and it's still a great way to spend some time. So, guys, I will be back. Don't think that this is goodbye. I love producing this channel far too much for me to back away from it, but I have to take a break in order to get caught up and get my life back in gear, as far as get my renovation done and, you know, juggling time with family. And we've got holidays coming up and that sort of thing. So I'm kind of juggling everything, but hopefully in, who knows, maybe about a month, hopefully we're going to get some new content here on the show, and we're going to see how this goes, because I'm not sure how it's going to go. Producing the show is a lot of work, and provided I have the time, I will continue producing it and bringing you new content. I may sprinkle new content in between the vintage shows, but I just wanted to let you guys know, when you see vintage shows coming up here on the channel, have yourself a chuckle if you wish. Pay attention to the content, because they've got a lot to learn in those. And you know what? Give you a little bit of a glimpse into where this channel comes from. Guys, I want to thank you so much for your support over the 12 years I've been doing this. You guys have been awesome. There have been some of you here that are here today that have been here since day one. And I truly appreciate your dedication to the channel. So I want to thank you for your support. Hang in there. Check out the vintage shows that are going to be posted over the next little while. I hope you enjoy them. And more importantly, I hope you're going to join me again down the road when I bring you some new content and some more woodworking videos.